In this video, I'm going to be looking at Maliki Epic Adventure Drums, as well as telling you how you can get them at an epic price. Hi folks, I'm Mike and I hope you're well. Now if you're looking for some really big drums, the kind of thing you might use in movie music or in game music, then I may have the very thing for you. I've been trying out Maliki Epic Adventure Drums and I've been enjoying the results I've been getting. Now not only have I got these really big drums for you, but I've got them at a really small price for a short period of time. I will tell you all about that price at the end of the video, but first of all, let's have a look at these very special drums. So before I give you all the details on this library, let's have a quick listen to how Maliki drums sound. I've put something together real quick using some strings, using some oboes and clarinets, and with Maliki drums. It took me about 10 minutes all in all, and it sounds like this. So that gives you a rough idea of how they sound. So what is Maliki drums? Maliki drums is a Kontakt library, and you will need the full version of Kontakt to use it. There are basically two different modes. That is the Rhythmic Loops mode, which we were just using there, and the more in-depth single instruments where you can put together your custom patterns. We're going to look at the Rhythmic Loops mode first though. In this mode, you get this really simple interface, and you've got four basic groups of drums to use. The first is the bass drum ensemble. Let's have a listen to that. And you can see I'm just hitting the green keys down here, and these will play different variations on the patterns for this bass drum ensemble. So another key would sound like this. So as you're playing, you can just change to a different key and get a slight variation on the pattern you're using. The next group of drums are the floor toms. They sound like this. So those are on the purple keys there, and again you've got 10 variations within this theme. Then you have the smash drums. Now the smash drums are actually synthesized drums, so they're not acoustic samples like the previous ones, and they sound like this. The next group of drums are called Ignite, and these are basically layered samples of thunder and fireworks. That's a pretty interesting combination, and they sound like this. So we're currently on the Epic Drum Ensemble theme, and you've got all of these variations on each drum group for that theme. But we could swap over to another theme. One of my favorites is Espionage, so I'll just drag that up to there. Pop it in there. I'll replace the current drum set. Now have a listen to this with the music. So we immediately get a really different feel with that different theme. So the themes are really powerful, and obviously you get an enormous amount of variations within those themes. So you can very, very quickly put together patterns in no time at all. As I say, it just took me about 10 minutes to put the whole thing together. Now, I'm sure you're all interested in what's going on here in the middle. This is basically a visual representation of where each of the groups of drums sit within the mix that you're creating. So you've got controls down here for each group of drums. So if we start with the bass drum down here, we've got control over the hall reverb. We've got, so I'll just actually solo that and play the pattern. Just change that hall reverb. And then the room reverb. Okay, and as I change the pan, you'll see it move in the middle on the stage. And then of course the volume makes the drum go backward and forward on the stage. So it just gives you a rough idea visually of how that particular group of drums is sitting in the mix. So that's basically how you use the rhythmic loops to put together some really quick patterns. But the next mode I'll be talking about, and it's the mode I must admit I prefer, is the single instruments. Now, as I say, I slightly prefer the single instrument mode, and all this means is that you have each of the 4 main instruments we talked about as individual Kontakt instruments. Now, they come in this wrapper called the Forge, and that enables you to add EQ, reverb, that kind of thing, as well as some filters and some envelopes. But I'm just using them as they come in their very simplest form. So you still have the bass drum, which you have here, the smash drum, the floor toms, and the ignite drums. These were the firework and thunder ones. So I prefer this mode because then I can tailor the drum beats to exactly the piece of music that I'm using. It still didn't take me very long at all just to layer these. You also then have the option of outputting each instrument into a different channel in your console and adding your own effects if you like, you know, your own reverbs, etc. to individual instruments. I really like that level of control, and I personally think that the results are a little better. You have a listen and see what you think. So that's Maliki drums using the single instrument mode and putting your own rhythms together. However, if you did like some of the patterns that you heard in the loop mode, they're all available as MIDI files when you download this library, and you can just drag them into your project and make your own alterations to them. So that is Maliki drums. Now, as I promised at the beginning, you can get these very special drums at a very special price for the next few days. If you follow the link in the description below, you'll get a full 89% off of the original price. Now, the original price is around about $99 US, so you'll be getting them for a very cheap $11 US or so. Now, not only will you be getting them cheap, but you will be contributing to this channel in a small way, so I thank you very much in advance for that. Now, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like this video, hit the dislike button twice. Please subscribe and ring the bell on YouTube so that you get to see my future videos, and I will see you in the next video.